So now that we have created our quote and the quote has been accepted by the customer or the client, we are going to invoice them. So here we are on the quotes screen in Xero, and you can get there by going to the business tab and then to quotes. And on this tab, we're able to see all of the quotes that we've ever sent. There haven't been many from this particular organization or this accounting file, so we're just seeing the one. But if you have a lot of quotes, make sure to filter through to the ones that you want to see in the correct status. So there's a few here. There's the draft statuses, whether or not you've sent the quotes, if the quotes have been received but declined for one reason or another, and if they have been accepted, and finally invoiced. So let's go ahead and take a look at our accepted quote just by filtering in. So you're going to see that same quote here. And what you can do is, first of all, we know that this has not been invoiced because there are no quotes over here on the invoice tab. We'll select that quote, and then we can first copy this to an invoice so that we can actually charge this quote to the customer. Additionally, we can create a repeating invoice from this quote as well. So if this is for monthly services, we're going to be charging this customer $2,500 every single month. We'll want to create a repeating invoice instead. But for now, we'll just go ahead and create that one invoice. So let's create that draft. And then just for our example's sake, let's approve this. We don't need to change anything. It's coming from quote number 1. Due date, let's just choose 2 weeks from now and approve. Okay, and I want to hop back over to the quote section and just confirm that that quote has now been invoiced for. So you can see if I hop over to accepted, I don't see it as marked invoiced. And so just so that we don't accidentally invoice this customer again, we'll want to mark this as already being invoiced. Okay, so now that it's been marked as invoiced, it's going to appear in this new invoiced tab. And let's click into this quote and then come down below. If you click into the history and notes section of the quote, you should now have access to the invoice that it was copied over. If it was for a repeating invoice template, it should direct you to the repeating invoice template, so you know the invoices that have been associated with this particular quote. And my understanding is the reason why the invoice isn't automatically marked as invoiced when you copy it over is because sometimes you may need to send multiple invoices for a single quote, especially if you're shipping out things like inventory and you only have partial inventory shipment in, let's say, the first shipment and then the second one, and then you're invoicing them for each one of these shipments. And so Xero isn't going to automatically mark them as invoiced for scenarios like this. And that is how you invoice from a quote in Xero.